My therapist asked me to write a letter to my younger self. What I discovered in my childhood diary made me call the police on my own mother. The assignment seemed simple enough. Dr. Martinez thought it would help with my anxiety issues. Go through old photos, maybe childhood journals, she suggested. Connect with that little girl inside you. I found my diary in Mom's attic, tucked inside a moldy box labeled Anna's School Things. Pink cover, tiny lock still intact. I remembered hiding it under my mattress, terrified Mom would read it. I was smiling until I opened it. The first few pages were normal complaints about homework, crushes on boys, fights with friends. Then I reached the 15th of January 2010, my 10th birthday. Mommy's friend came again last night. I pretended to be asleep, but I could hear everything. He gave Prietes lots of money. She said I was worth every penny and laughed. My hands started shaking. I kept reading. The 3rd of February, Prietes says I am special. Special girls get special vitamins that make them sleepy. I don't like the vitamins, but Passies get so mad when I don't take them. The 20th of February. I woke up and my pajamas were different. Patches said I must have changed them myself, but I don't remember. The 10th of March, Patch's friend brought a camera. Prapacid said we were playing dress up, but I had to keep it secret or Daddy would be angry. I ran to the bathroom and vomited. The vitamins, the memory gaps, the strange men who would pat my head and slip my mother cash, the recurring nightmares I could never quite remember. The entries got worse. Sarah's mom says I can't sleep over anymore. She looked at Pages weird at pickup. Bikaiches called her a bad word in the car. May 15th, Daddy asked why I was so tired all the time. Prading said I was staying up reading. She took my diary and said, good girls don't keep secrets. I am hiding this one better. The 1st of June. I told Mrs. Henderson at school. She said she would help. Bikaiches picked me up early and removed the next day. Mrs. Henderson, my 3rd grade teacher. We'd moved so suddenly. Mom said Dad got a job transfer, but Dad had been unemployed. I called my father with trembling fingers. He answered on the 2nd ring. Dad, why did we move when I was 10? Silence. Then your mother said you were having trouble at school, being bullied. Did you ever meet Mrs. Henderson, my teacher? Number your mom handled all that? Why are you asking about this now? I hung up and called 911. The detective was kind but thorough. They needed the diary, any photos from that time, medical records. When ours, they had a warrant for Mom's house. They found everything in her basement, boxes of photos, my Tilica ledger with names and dollar amounts, 10 years of evidence she'd kept like trophies. The other children in the photos were grown now. The detective said I was the first to remember, the first to come forward. The vitamins had been strong but not strong enough to erase everything. Mom was arrested at her book club. The same women she'd had coffee with for 15 years watched as she was handcuffed. She'd been living off the money ever since, investing it wisely, playing the grieving divorced woman. When they brought her in, she asked to see me against everyone's advice. I went. She sat across from me in orange, looking smaller than I remembered. I never let them hurt you, she said, like that made it better. I was always right there. You hurt me. I protected you. Do you know what they would have done without me there? I made sure you never remembered. I remembered enough. She leaned forward. You had everything, dance classes, violin lessons, that ridiculous horse camp. Where did you think the money came from? I thought of all those activities, how I'd always been too tired to enjoy them, how she'd taken photos obsessively, documenting her perfect daughter. I am testifying, I told her. Her face went cold. You'll regret this. I am your mother. Number, you are a monster who sold her daughter's innocence. 37 victims have come forward so far. The oldest is 43. The youngest was 4 when it started. Dr. Martinez says I am brave. Dad cries every time we talk. My husband holds me when the nightmares come. Today I wrote that letter to my younger self. I told her she was right to hide that diary, that Mrs. Henderson did try to help, that someday she'd be strong enough to save herself and others. Most importantly, I told her what my mother never did. It wasn't your fault. You deserve to be protected, and you are worth so much more than every penny.